Hiya, Martin here. Thanks for joining me for this episode, which is number 6 of Turner's Journey. It's good to see you again. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Great news. If you've been following this series since it started back on the 1st of August, you will have probably gathered that I've had a little bit of trouble getting motivated to do the work I need to do on my book project. Well, today is Monday the 14th of July, and I spent most of yesterday absolutely laser focused on the book, and I got the majority of it drafted out into its respective chapters in the book. As you can see, I'm a little bit light on images at the moment, but that's all going to change over the next few days. So we've got all the preamble and notes of what to do. I've got the introduction in, why proportions are important, the rule of thirds, understanding and applying the golden ratio, bit of blurb about that, the joy of designing and sketching. I'm really looking forward to that, photographing that bit and writing a little bit more about the joy of designing and sketching, because it's really important. So later on, well, probably tomorrow or later on this week, I need to actually get started with the photographing of each of the projects. And I've decided not to video the projects simply because, well, one of the issues is time, but also because if I put them up onto YouTube, then it's going to be difficult for me to be able to present the demonstration to clubs in the future. You know, why would they pay me to demonstrate something they can watch for free online? There is obviously the option of putting them onto a purchasable class on one of the websites, but I don't want to rush them. I want to make sure that they are as good as they possibly can be. So that's going to be something that I can work on over time. So having spent weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks without the inspiration to actually move forward with the book, and also without the time to move forward with the book, this week is going to be rather turning heavy, I expect, in Turner's Journey. I'll take you through the process of how I'm photographing each of the projects before I get them into the book. And to coin a proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Yesterday I took that step, and today I took a load more. So I was editing the book last night at home, and it's all backed up to Google Drive and stuff. And I get to work this morning, ready to crack on with it. You know, I'm really excited about the whole thing now. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know how I managed it. But anyway, I managed to lose everything that I did for the book last night, and that's really frustrated me. So I've had to spend most of today so far redoing what I did last night. Thankfully it was largely cosmetic, but nevertheless I still had to redo it, and I've still got, you know, best part of, 3/4 of a chapter to write again, the words of it at least. But, it is one of those things. So I've had my rant and my swear and shout about it. And now I'm just photographing the tools that I need to illustrate the tools that are going to be used in the book. So I've got my SLR out and a little light and a clean-ish mat. Oh, I need to do abrasives yet. This photography is not that difficult. Right, what else do I need? As you can hear, the workshop is fairly busy today. We've got Les back from holiday and he's doing some work on a router lathe, and we have Jonathan in the main workshop, or the school area, and he is doing some of his own turning. After spending hours and hours and hours on the book yesterday, I have now rewritten all of the stuff that I lost on Monday night, and I've also got out my pens and pencils and started sketching the design and sketching part of the book, where I discuss how important it is to actually design your work, particularly if you're struggling with creating form and shape and proportion on the lathe. Although you don't have to go through all of the colouring and stuff like this, I actually think it's quite nice, and I put that into my entire creative process around the pieces that I turn. Oddly enough, I'm calling it Golden Goblet. Bit of a cliche that, really, don't you think? I thought I was going to get a load of turning done this week of the projects that are going to go in the book, but some of the projects I've been having second thoughts on. I want to slightly redesign them just to give them a few little tweaks here and there. And I've also been kind of snowed under, weighed down, as it were, with actually writing the book and getting the words down, because as they come to me, I need to drop them, as it were, on the page. And I've also changed a couple of things in the content. I've expanded some bits and I've taken some bits out. And this morning, I'm photographing my design tools. And one of the really nice things about having a background in photography and graphic design and stuff is that it can save me literally thousands, or certainly several hundreds of pounds in designer fees, because I've got all the kit and I can do it myself, and I've got a really clear idea of what I want in the book. So everything that is going to be in the book is my sort of style. I have bought a few stock images just to help illustrate what I'm talking about. Although with doing all of the photography myself, it does lead to the fact that it is going to take me more time to do stuff, because I've also got to do all of the photo editing as well. But that's okay. I'm fairly quick at editing, but it's still another consideration that it is going to take time to get everything sort of edited. But you know, it is something I absolutely love doing. What, that's the carnival, is it? Yeah. It's not going to take off the burnt oil. Another Friday draws to a close at the workshop, and Ligia was here today for the 6th lesson of her 8-lesson run towards her certificate in wood turning. And today she finished off a decorated platter, which she has finished really nicely, and she's also turned this really nice functional platter as well out of sapele. Earlier on today we ran through the written assessment with her that I'm very pleased to say she passed with flying colours, and then she's got 2 lessons left. So in 2 weeks' time she'll be doing a little bit of timber technology and getting ready for the final assessment piece that will be the week after that. And then it'll all be the whole body of work will be assessed before she gets through the certificate, which I'm really looking forward to. She has worked incredibly hard over the last few weeks and all the lessons that she's been to here. Tomorrow is Saturday, of course, and in the afternoon I've got a remote demonstration for Wilmington Area Woodturners in North Carolina, so I'm looking forward to that. So it'll be late afternoon here in the UK, early morning time or mid-morning in North Carolina. It's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, well done, Ligia, for a fantastic day. Morning. Well, I think I'm very glad I didn't start turning these projects this week. And I think one of the reasons I haven't actually committed to them just yet is because I'm not 100% happy with them. Well, I'm happy with some of them, most of them. I only want 8 in the book. And I've printed them all off this morning just so I can sort of see them all spread out. And there's a mixture of projects and there's a mixture of abilities from, quite easy right the way through to, somewhat more technical. But I'm looking at them and they're not sitting well with me, if you know what I mean. So I think I need to come up with my own sort of variations on them. One of the pieces I have had a problem with is the balloon-shaped objet d'art. All of the ones that I've done so far, they've been really nice, but they haven't quite hit the mark with me, as it were. So I sat down last night and I did another drawing, and this one really works. And this morning I put it onto the computer and I did an Adobe Illustrator drawing of it, which is there. But the really nice thing about this piece is that it also has an alternative long stem. Now, I absolutely love this project, so yes, it is definitely going to be going in the book. The others I'm umming and ahhing about, not all of them. That one, the hollow form, I really like that one. I really like the rice bowl and the droplet clock and the trinket box and the thistle shaped box as well. I really like those. I'm not overly keen on that one, and plus I think I can do better with some of the others. So before my demo this afternoon for Wilmington Area Woodturners, I'm going to have a bit more of a think and a little bit of research.